So here it is, Computer Fighters. This is Kevin James.
This is Ryan Murphy.
This is Neil Ciceriga. There's the title of the film, Computer Fighters, which I made in Photoshop.
Yep. Well, I shot this here one day in Salem, Massachusetts. That's Anthony Poliafico, Anthony Guillen, and my friend Daz Reinhardt. We had this skit for years where we wanted to make fun of True Detective or like just crime TV shows. We were gonna do a play on Sherlock, right? Like No Shit Sherlock.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I think it was the joke is Sherlock Holmes just is magical and he just knows the answer, and then it's not really good. There's a lot of fake names in those credits if you want to pause there. There's a Lou Bega Jr., I think.
We just want to make a gag about how if you had like superpowers, being a detective would be the easiest profession on earth, and so we needed a fake TV show. It's very Simpsons-esque, I would say. Yeah.
There's a KAO, Cow Industries floppy disk.
Yep, my father used to work for that company, making CDs and floppy disks.
There's some tapes there, Robot Jocks, Roadmap to the Internet, and The Stupids with Tom Arnold.
If you listen to the audio, this is John St. John, the voice of Duke Nukem and Biggs the Cat from Sonic the Hedgehog.
Whoa.
That's right.
Yeah, he was great to work with, real easy. We're going a mile a minute here. There's so much ground to cover in Computer Fighters because we were trying to make basically a feature film that happened in 20 minutes, right? That was kind of the feel.
Yep.
Do you guys remember the first time we talked about doing Computer Fighters?
Oh, we were in an old bookstore, right? We were what used to be Borders?
Well, that was when we blocked it out. Like when we decided, like, what's the plot of this going to be, right?
I don't remember where we were or the context.
I kind of cornered you guys. We went for a walk, I say with air quotes, just to hang out. But I was trying to pitch you guys on doing a Kickstarter for like $15,000 to make an hour-and-a-half long New Kids on the Rock finale.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
And you two were both sober voices of reason and said, no, let's do it much shorter.
This is all shot in my previous apartment, which is not my apartment anymore. So
This stuff looks great.
Which means there's somebody out there that actually lives there that could see this.
I hope they watch this and say, oh, hey, I live there.
We were firing on all cylinders for this scene. A lot of props we made in advance. I took photos with Joe Botch, Dexter Flexter, like weeks in advance. That shot's out of focus. But like the color,
yeah, like I printed out like the magazine and stuff, and
we did crazy colored lighting. We were constantly getting notes.
This
from
shot
another.
of Ryan we filmed weeks later.
Yeah, my hair is only for that one shot. It's a pickup shot because my first take was I out of focus.
Yeah, there was some issue we had with a camera adapter, a lens adapter. But like we did so much research and created so many graphics for this. I love the colored lighting here. That's my favorite part of this whole scene. Neil suggested we put some crazy color temperature behind us, and it looks awesome. I'm trying to think of anything else to say about this scene. It's probably it's one of my favorite scenes in all of New Kids on the Rock. It just has enough mise en scène. The three of us are just hanging out, being goofballs. It's all dialogue driven.
I like this attempt at a match cut you did where it goes from my face to like a dummy face.
We realized later that it kind of worked.
It kind of worked. You had to flip the image, but yeah.
This is the Pinball Wizard in Pelham, New Hampshire.
Now close.
Mel
Gibson, the game.
Still
Not
the
a real
racist.
game, but the
I love Ryan's outfit in this. We decided for this one we're going to have the same outfits throughout the entire episode. I obviously had my red flannel shirt I've worn in like most New Kids episodes.
That's true.
And then when Ryan said, oh, I think I'm going to wear this, I was like, oh, God damn it, you're going to wear a green shirt. We have to be on green screen. And I took it as a challenge. I said, to hell with it. When we do the chroma key,
right.
I'll just mask it. And I did it. Like it's cool because you rarely see green on green screen. This year was the first day we went to the arcade. There's a drastic cut at one point where you can tell I lost like 15 pounds. It goes from one lens to another because we went back for a second day of shooting. Ryan, you got anything about Max here?
We definitely want to go for the. All right, Max died in the third. Max's character died in the third episode of New Kids, which is why he has a Band-Aid in his forehead to show he was clearly very, very dead. His car caught on fire, but obviously in cartoon logic, he's fine now. And the Tooth Black, we love Tooth Black.
Yeah, easily my favorite makeup. All right, so now when it cuts back to Neil and I've lost.
This is a
15
subtle
pounds.
joke, by the way. Kevin is wearing that watch previously in this episode.
Yeah, the watch is gone now. Ryan took it off of me.
And there's Fine the game.
I guess that's a joke.
We love this sequence.
Booger Barrett. Yeah, so there's tons of fake video games that are just plastered on top of the Great Depression pinball.
That was so hard to do.
Oh yeah,
That's just some
every
guy
time we
who
show
was
the
there,
Computer Fighters cabinet, that's totally fake.
Yeah. Somebody asked recently on the YouTube comment section for the movie, like, how'd you guys get like those cabinet skins and laser?
Yeah.
This was all the second day. The three of us went to the arcade. No, I think Dan came too. And we just did like
You gotta destroy something.
extra shots at the arcade. The arcade was really easy to work with. Sarah at the arcade was super supportive. She loved the movie. I think she was also happy that like a YouTube video with like 100,000 hits prominently displayed her arcade.
Yeah.
We always refer to it as the Pinball Wizard. The first joke we came up with.
I think
That's
it was going to
right.
be a magic token originally, so that's why there's
They
all
were
this
going to be
like.
Tibetan tokens made out of wood. They were struck by lightning, and we had a different character that was going to get us in the games. It was going to be this guy that owned the arcade, but then it was like, that's another Sardo from
Yeah.
Mario Afraid of the Dark. We need to. What's a new archetype we could exploit? And it was the cool guy, of course, Poochie. Yeah,
Yeah, a bit of Montana Max, a bit of Richie Rich but a jerk. A bit of,
First gag we came up with.
it's like, yeah, like, oh, like a coin on a string, except instead of cutting the string, he cuts off his fingers.
That's very much a Max Pacheco joke too, because he's so into like old school Daffy Duck jokes.
Oh yeah.
that like it just fits him.
I lobbied to have that punch sound effect whenever we high fived, because it happens in one of the Spy Kids movies, and I always thought it was really hilarious that they just
Went for it. Yeah. I had just bought the A7S. It's a video camera that Sony makes. More of a stills camera, but does video. But its superpower is that it can shoot in extremely low light. A lot of cameras advertise that they can do that. The Sony A7S really could do it. So we just went into this arcade without any lights and just went nuts and color corrected it later. And
because it's dark in most of the arcade.
And
It would have been
yeah.
too dark to shoot with most cameras.
And we were able to pull it off. I should shut up and let you talk about this game, Neil.
Oh yeah, I had to kind of like I made a After Effects comp that was like 320 by 200 pixels, and I just made all these fake sliders.
Rendered
and-
really easy. Coming up with all the characters for the game was great. Pizza
Yep.
Cop. In the script, it was originally like Pizza Man.
something like that.
No, Zap Cop. All these. We hired Mel McMurrin, the voice of Calypso from the PlayStation 1 Twisted Metal games, to be the voice of
The arcade
the
cabinet.
arcade cabinet. And he was fantastic. I loved the old Twisted Metal games growing up, and getting him to be the voice of, like, the announcer. Like
He
the
gave
Shao
us
Kahn.
tons of material
He was
too.
really good.
If we put Max up on a box to make him look like he's 8 feet tall.
We're all like bending down a little bit.
Yeah. Like cats getting picked up by the scruff of our necks. Keenan and Kel transition.
Yep. That's the only time it happens.
This scene's great.
We're right next to the bike path in Somerville.
Yeah, right near Davis. Yep. It's a good Ryan joke.
I still have that guy.
This is like probably the most Ryan Murphy joke in the whole script.
Better at a game.
I knew the lizard was a bad idea.
Pretty much the entire movie's 80 yard, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Some of Daxter isn't.
Weirdly, he's
we-
the one character who probably could be completely 80
We were
yard.
learning color grading techniques for this movie, and if we shot it now, it would look so much better. But I still think it's the most complete looking fake TV movie aesthetic we've ever pulled off. If you look at the bottom of the frame in this, you can tell I'm wearing gym shorts. It was very hot that day.
Oh,
It was,
yeah.
yes, it was.
It was very hot that day. Like Ryan brought like an umbrella to keep us out of the sun. Oh, this scene.
And here's where we first meet
Here-
Daxter
Go
Flaxter.
Bosch.
Dexter Fly. Neil always hated that shot where he leans over.
I
'cause
lean
he does
too
it
far.
twice.
Yeah.
Joe Botch is an old friend of mine, old friend of all of ours. I've done a lot of videos with him, especially back in high school, and the part was always we were really hoping that he would say yes to doing it, because if he didn't, I don't know anyone else who could have shamelessly done this.
He needed to be like the genie from Aladdin or Flabber.
I mean,
he's not a real
originally
person.
I
he's a
had him
cartoon.
like shrinking in size and doing all sorts of crazy tricks, and it was just too much packed into like
Yeah.
10 seconds.
If you look at the behind the scenes featurette, there's some additional effects.
The third hand is probably my favorite joke.
The third hand is great because we didn't have another person or
Yeah, we
another
could
pair
have
of
done it.
gloves. That is a crazy, complicated After Effect I did.
Yeah.
A lot of these shots are special effect shots we had never done before.
Yeah. I do like the fake lighting on our faces. That's all just
You did a great job at that.
thanks.
You'll fucking need it.
We went back and forth on whether he'd say fucking or not, and I'm glad we picked it. That is our one and only one, isn't it?
I originally wanted to say fucking.
Whoa. This
is a good. Kevin did like the floor, and I did the sky in this.
Well, because I was looking at how to do fractal stuff, and we actually spent like a week just on getting Daxter's face. Like we thought maybe Sega CD style was too cruddy looking.
I like that it's just shiny looking. It's really gross.
Yeah, he's gross looking.
Yeah, and he's not just Max Headroom. We're going for something after that.
We had there's a take that's not in the movie where when he looks down at us and says in the reel where we were going to show his eyes, like that shot in RoboCop where the Ed 209 is about to get RoboCop, and it looked too ridiculous. It also broke the character. I like that we never get to see his eyes. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I definitely watched a little bit of Lawnmower Man when we were making this. I didn't watch all of Lawnmower Man.
I still haven't watched all of Lawnmower Man.
I've read the story. I love
rats.
When we shot this, it was just the three of us at a green screen studio in Fitchburg without any reference material or storyboard. Oh, you know, I had storyboards for some of this. But like when that sign comes up, the start sign, we didn't really know where to look. And we sort of looked, and Ryan looked at like what he assumed was going to be this giant sign because none of us had really talked through how this was going to look.
Yeah, I always feel bad that I'm not looking at the right place there.
So Ryan put in a note. Ryan put in a note. He's like, "Can you just like have like electricity come off of it?" So I have something to. So I matched the electricity to Ryan's eyes.
There's my wife Ming dressed as Jubilee
next to Dan Hamilton, who is the perfect choice for this. When he came in and asked, like, so how he was at the arcade in costume, like, so how am I? What am I doing here? We said, you know Smythe Higgins from Hey Arnold?
Yes.
And he understood.
So this is just loaded with ripped graphics that I just took from old games. I think that's Echo the Dolphin. That's
Law Lester the Unlikely.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what most of these are from. I just like searched Door NES.
Man,
Purple Wizard.
For those who haven't seen it, just look up compilations of children failing at Nick Arcade, and you'll see where this came from.
Nick Arcade's a real specific reference we want to go for. That we knew that it would be tricky. That it wouldn't just be the joke that we don't know what's going on. We can see what's happening.
Coins not rings.
Coins not rings. Weird.
I had to push Neil really hard. Neil did some of this, a good amount of this sequence, and when it came to showing Daxter's head floating in space, I was so insistent. Like, no. It's just got to be a disembodied head that has apparently been off frame this whole scene screaming at us.
Mm-hmm. And he's just nuts. Just talking at the
He's just
wall.
maybe, yeah.
His shirt changes every scene. If you look at his back.
What does it say in this scene?
Cool.
Cool.
It says, cool, awesome, radical Pepsi.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Julie Becker, the best actor we know. And
Put her in a duck mask.
Oh, yeah. For those of you who picked up on that, we never say our characters never say Daxter Flaxter correctly.
We do at the end.
No, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
when it gets sincere.
Yeah.
I love that gag. It's so Naked Gun to never get his name right. I am so happy with the way this came out, Neil. You did a really good job with the 3D stuff.
So the Quackers are basically like the putties from the first two seasons of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
What was the game you showed me as reference for
Mortal
the background?
Kombat 3? Oh, Twisted Metal 2.
Yeah.
Twisted Metal 2 and Mortal Kombat 3, which are games that want to be taken seriously. They want you to think they're mature. We took hundreds of photos of Julie. We storyboarded this sequence. Mm-hmm. And we took hundreds of pictures of Julie for each frame of animation. Originally, when we were coming up with
Pope with the hand on fire.
when I was pushing for this to be a feature-length movie, I thought, hey, we need like big action scenes. So I thought Power Rangers movie, right? And that kind of got into the DNA of this, the 1995 Power Rangers movie. And those are straight up, like Ryan said, the putties. Like they're supposed to be like the putties meet Mortal Kombat ninjas. Here, probably, I don't know. This sequence is
I always enjoy that Max has just got to really drive it home. They're in the game. Yes.
Yes.
That's a line for the trailer.
Plebeian.
Now,
really does not
good
like
sir.
being called
Now
a
that
plebeian.
was too far. Yeah, Vatican City, 1999. We wanted to go with someplace that's just vague, like the way that a video game like Street Fighter or something would have you like on the streets of Shanghai, and then you'd be in Manhattan, and then you'd be, something vaguely exotic but not real, or Moscow Red Square.
You're in Brazil.
Yeah. And then it would be, but yeah, we wanted 1999 definitely comes from what's the movie where Stallone is frozen?
Demolition Man. Yeah.
They show Los Angeles on fire. The future is
1994, I think.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
Well, the movie came out in 94.
Oh, so it's like 96 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
They could have really shot for 2030 and it would still be funny.
Yeah. I'm really happy with the way this finale came out. A lot of Foley work had to get put into this. Depending on what version you're watching, a lot of sound work got done at the 11th hour for this movie. A lot of sound effects put in to match when we stand up and turn our heads and such. I think the version that made it up onto YouTube doesn't have a lot of that, unfortunately. But if you went to MagFest or have seen it with a live audience, we've shown the better cut there.
I love the magazine just sticking out of my coat for one shot.
The ending was the hardest thing to come up with because we wanted to make it funny, we wanted to make it sincere, and we wanted to make it exciting. Mm-hmm. So I think at one point Neil suggested, well, how about Ryan and Kevin fight Gunfoot while I run back to the title screen for the game? I'll get the U out of Computer Fighters, and Gunfoot will shoot the U, and it'll go in one end of the U and come out the other back at Gunfoot. And we loved that ending for about a day, and then we realized that's the same ending as the Christmas movie.
Yeah, you just reflect the bullet. Yeah,
we just like to shoot people with their own bullets.
So we decided to write an ending that insulted the audience members who paid attention.
I don't know, I don't know if the virus thing works, like the floppy disk.
Our Chekhov's gun.
Because when we came up with it, we were laughing our asses off at the idea that
Monster Squad
we set something up. Anyway. I really pushed to have this to do this in slow motion. I'm glad we had just enough time to kind of pull it off.
I was like, I remember looking you in the eye and going, "Is this worth it?" I remember looking at you. That was exactly what I said. Yes, I'm like, okay, and it's out of focus, but you saved it.
Yeah, it looks.
He doesn't slip. He's the tyrant from the first Resident Evil game.
This scene is just Twisted Metal 2 meets Beast Wars. And it suddenly becomes
the end of Lord of the Rings when Frodo wakes up.
What is this?
There's too much.
Well, the curse has been lifted. We joked about having the Pope turns back into a human, the statue of the Pope comes back to life.
Thank you, new kids.
Yes.
All rotoscope for that arcade cabinet.
I can be Pope again.
$50.
Whoa, $50.
Our special effects this movie are fucking crazy.
Here's our Darth Vader and the Emperor scene when he chooses light over. Yeah.
I pushed to have Daxter say "so long, asshole." We recorded it. It's not in the movie. Our favorite sound effect.
Yeah, that whoa dot wave.
From that's in McShark.
Oh, I never mentioned before. Yeah, Gunfoot was Jules Carrozza. He was the voice of Gunfoot.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
I guess this is still happening, isn't it?
Probably the best Daxter line. Mm-hmm. And that's the shot where you can tell the most easily that those are just kitchen gloves.
Oh, yeah.
Guys.
That are ripped.
By the way, we came up with this ending before David S. Pumpkins. We did it first.
Yeah. I love the shot. Looks cool.
It does. That's how he'd go away.
Goes off as lightning, like the Flash, and comes back.
I had to do some crazy 3D animating for this.
Yeah, we didn't use that coin. We had just a fake plastic coin and had
all
to put
CG
the image on it.
Neil and I did 50-50. We were learning a lot of new special effects techniques. So there's a chance this might be the last time we get to do a commentary on anything New Kids on the Rock related.
That might be true.
There's a chance. Is this a worthy finale? I'm not saying this is the last one, but do you guys think if
it were to be the last, I'd be happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Computer Fighters 2.
No. That'd be
1,000.
Yeah. This is originally supposed to be a quote from Martin Luther King.
we threw a few names around, but then we decided just Dexter Flaxter was all you need.
And here we have our Bobby Brown, like the end of Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
Recap of
everything
the movie you just saw.
Oh boy, I'm pretty happy with the Computer Fighter rap.
You recorded this. You had bronchitis or something.
Yeah, I just screwed up my throat. I just done Hewitt training down in New Orleans, and Hewitt training is when you're doing safety training in a helicopter. and you're learning how to get out of a helicopter when it crashes in the ocean. So I was in a fake helicopter being dumped into a pool from like 50 feet up, and I'd have to break out of the helicopter and not drown. And I got like not pneumonia, but really sick from it. Anyways,
you sound great.
Thank you. It was nice to finally get a song. You know, we've done musicals before, and usually Ryan or Neil get to sing. It was nice to finally get a.
I still got to sing in this one. We didn't mention I sang the arcade blues in the style of Aerosmith.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how well I did, but
Game on. I tried to put a lot of Ryan in this part of the rap, like visually.
I like that we keep showing that one shot of him like twisting his leg.
Yeah.
Because everyone always kind of cringes when that happens.
I think
it's like, oh, stop showing that.
I think Ryan got the best line in the movie. Let us computer fight.
Let us computer. Yeah, it's good.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we have that one hint with the blood, the pixelated blood of they're not putties, they're not the Foot Clan, they're not robots. Like no, they're living
flesh
things.
and blood,
They
yeah.
felt
Yeah.
pain.
I think we aped enough from the Power Rangers movie here. Accidentally, we realized later.
Oh yeah.
Hip hip hooray! This song is designed to get lazier as it goes along, which I love.
It really is.
Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll make another New Kid someday. It won't be this long.
Or it will be this long and longer. Who knows?
Who knows? It won't take 8 months. Thank you so much.
It's not over.
You guys should say goodbye before it's over.
Oh yeah. All right. Thanks.
Thank you
thanks,
very much.
all of y'all.